body. Don't think about it that much. You can't see it that much, but it's a big, important part of our breathing space, as well as just connects some very important things. Connects our torso to our legs. Let the being on your back be a source of grounding time. This is just simply touching the earth and being aware of it. If your fingers get tingly at all, release. So we're in banana pose, first side. If your fingers get tingly, bring your arms down below your shoulders. And let your eyes rest. Gently check in with your breathing. Creating that energy of the Ujjayi, U-J-J-A-I, Jai, victorious. And create a little bit of sound with that breathing. And that sound creates vibration, which calms the central nervous system. Relax everything. Be present, be patient. And make a transition over to the other side. So just return your head to center, uncross your ankles. Pause for a moment. Work your legs towards the other side of your mat. Just bring your feet out and the rest of your leg follows. And then that leg that comes second can cross over. Torso goes over to the side that same direction. So you're like a smile, banana pose, pretty well named. Where would you like your arms to be? Let your eyes relax. Let everything relax. So making no effort, just finding a place where the sensation feels positive. You can hold your own hands together. And just creating peace in your breathing. Letting peace permeate. Kind of let your breath just do what it wants to do, just creating a connection with it. I've heard from a few people that they're able to breathe out more deeply than they have in a long time. In order to get a big exhale, you need a big inhale too. So a little bit more time, be still, breathe. Next time your breath finishes, release your body back to center, uncross. And just like we do to finish Shavasana sometimes, it's a great big reach. Point your toes, reach up through your fingers, gently lift your low back off the floor. So we're trying to stretch that front of our bodies, the tops of your feet, just energize and reach. And then relax, bring your arms down, slide your feet in, and draw your knees towards your chest. So starting to get into the back body now. Bring your head towards your knees. Flex your feet a little bit. Head down, take your legs up, and gently explore stretching the backs of your legs. Use your hands. Taking that attitude of ahimsa, compassion towards yourself, non-harming. And let's rock up to seated. You can cross your ankles or just take your shins and let your torso follow you as you come upright, and take a moment to come to a familiar and friendly seated pose. And with your right ear, come towards your shoulder, and the side of the neck, and your right hand can come across to that opposite side. Just gently weighting down. You can do a little bit of squeezing in that space behind your neck. It's very tough. You can squeeze it without hurting yourself. Relax and you squeeze and breathe out one more time. Go with that side carefully. Other ear towards the shoulder. Just letting the weight of the head create that lengthening. So we're just drawing the shoulder down lightly. And you can take your hand and rest it there. Just gonna hook it over. Fingers hook into the back a little bit. You can squeeze if you like. Just letting your mind become meditative, focused on breathing, aware of body. Creating a state of contemplative poise. Carefully release your hand and your head back to center. Sit up tall, inhale. Exhale. At the end of the exhale, draw in your low belly towards your spine. Maybe a little toning in the pelvic floor too. Just feel that squeeze at the roots, some energy there. And then try to keep a little of that engagement as you breathe. Arms up. B breath. So it focuses on long exhales. You close your ear flips with your thumbs. When you exhale, make sound. So hum the exhale 3 times. Little core strength to hold the arms up. Go on your own pace. But 3 times the deep inhale. When that's complete, release your arms down. Just be present for a few moments with that. Notice what it does. Bringing your right hand to your heart center. Sit up tall. Inhale and exhale. Heart hold, looking back. You can always change the legs as you need to. Energize this. One more breath. As you breathe out, take your hands down and continue to twist a few more times. Let your gaze fall softly off the tip of the nose. Without any strain. When you finish the breath, come to center. Make sure your legs are okay. Core engaged, heart hold, look back twist. Feel the strength of your core supporting your seat, supporting your ribs. Deeply breathe in. Breathe out, hands come down to supportive mode. Gently deepen, look back a little bit more if there's space. Come back to center. Bring your hands back behind you. Bend your elbows, fingers forward. Lean back into your hands. Lift up your heart. Gaze down towards your nose. And try to find an outward spiral of energy in your hands. Really press into them so they don't move, but they were having that movement towards an outward spiraling. Feel that open across your chest. If it feels comfortable for you, think of a nice long neck. Keep a downward gaze and lift your chin just to stretch that underside. You bring your lower jaw up into your upper. Just right out each place. So if it's too much to lift your neck, don't do that. Breathe in deeply. And as you breathe out, relax those actions. One more way. Forward fold, palms press, elbows down to the knees or to the floor. Just have a moment of quietness. And then bring yourself upright again. Sweeping the head a few times, so fingertips under the eyebrow, press in and up. Across the top of your head, down the back, and around the jaw to the front again. Slow reset. And one more way, fingertips to eyebrows, just below the eyebrows. Slide up to your forehead and then bring the fingertips together. And then trace outward, behind your ears, along the jaw again and back to center. Just allowing yourself to just refresh. Breathing in. Making your way back to quarter dog pose to begin our asanas. We've already been doing some, but we're moving around now. Tuck under your toes. Carefully sink your hips down, lengthen your arms, head down. Heart reaches towards the floor. Hands spread. Deep breathing the sound. One more time. And then lift up to tabletop, release your feet, cow spine. Just a little bit of a heart forward. Keep the low back neutral. And then cat spine, the spine again. Flex deeply, tuck tail, tuck head. Lift up to your fingertips. Keep breathing. One more time, really stretch your breath where you feel some tension in your body. And then relax back to table. Hands have that nice outward spiral energy. Press into them, lift up your knees. Downward dog, first one. A moment to refine and just wiggle into your shape. Learning these poses with practice, but also just approaching each time, where am I today? Let's let the right knee bend a little bit, lengthen back through the left heel. The other side, bend and straighten, head down. Fold to the other side again, so one more time. Nice uplift in your low belly. Both heels reach, breathe out. Breathe in, shift forward to plank pose. So wherever you are, find that strength from the belly center. Exhale back to downward dog, 5 more breaths. Letting your spine lengthen. Trying to bring your weight back to your legs in this pose, so that press into the hands, uplift in the belly, and a determined pressing back through the legs, whether they're bent or not. Just try to draw back. One more deep wave of breath. So the exhale really brings us downward towards the feet and legs. Inhale to step forward and stretch up into half lift. So stretch that in breath. Fold in, breathe out slowly wherever your hands land. Inhale, standing up, reaching up once you become upright. And exhale, hands Down to your heart center. Lift up your elbows, increasing the prana. And reach for the sun, inhaling. Exhale, forward folding. Each pose a process coming in and out. Inhale to halfway lift pose. So exhale is the releasing of half lift and going into plank. Inhale to upward dog, knees down, shoulders back. Lift your ribs, nose gaze. And then find a downward dog shape again, 5 breaths. You can always use quarter dog if that's just more of how you feel today, anytime. It also creates that nice length in the spine. Our steady flow of aware breathing helps differentiate this from other types of movement. Letting yourself drop in. One more. Exhale comes. Inhale, other foot forward first if you can. Half lift, inhale, stretches. Exhale, stretches, fold in. Head bows. Press your feet to stand. Put up your arms, gaze up. Breathe out, relax, elbows high, palms press. Free breath. Moving our energy around. Again to the sky. Breath and movement together. Forward fold to the earth. Horizon half lift. Really a little back bend. Exhale, go back to plank pose. Just establish it. Knees down, upward dog. You can pop up to the tops of your feet if you like. And then exhale, flip over your feet and come to down dog. Let your practice teach you patience and steadiness. Breathe out one more time. Breathe in, shift forward, step forward. Breathe out, fold in. Release your neck each time, chin towards the chest. Rise and reach. Exhale when you're ready, back to center. Let's take elephant pose now with the feet hip distance apart. Bend your knees, elbows and palms together, get nice and low. Thumbs at the third eye. Open feet, trust the openness. Deep pressing into the earth in this pose grounds you. One more time. Feel your glutes working. Breathe out, get low. Breathe in and release. Exhale, forward fold for 5 breaths. So hollow up your low belly. Do your favorite way. Maybe stand on your hands if you like that one, or hold your elbows. Knees are as soft as you need them to be. So with this one, you pull your hands, but don't let go to activate your upper body. Just be with the quality that each pose brings. All of them come together to form a nice balance of energy. And take one more exhale. Just really enjoy and savor that breath out, right where you feel good. Bring your hands back to your waist. Press your feet and stand. Exhale, pause. Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. Turn out right leg to the back of your mat. Angle in your left foot, float your arms, breathe in. Breathe out, come over and down. Let's not ground the arms today. Let's let them float so that you engage your belly strength. It's how a nice sense of reaching equally. Turn up your head towards the sky. Take one more deep breath. And use inhale. Press your feet, come up, changing sides. Extra breath is fine, or if you can, just come into your next exhale and arrive there with that strong center, low belly towards spine. Turn your face upward. Feel that equal reaching like in warrior B. And one more time, breathe out. Inhale, come up. Turn your feet forward and release. So stay wide on your mats. Let's bend the right knee towards the ankle. Virasana lunge, so don't turn out your toes. Keep them forward, bend your knee, come over to that side. Get a little bit lower if you would like, breathing out. And then a determined press into that foot to release. Second side, just gently track your knee towards your toes. Keep your spine long. Maybe getting a little lower towards that leg if it feels nice. Just the right amount. One more breath out. Determined press to straighten the leg and come up. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Breathe out, forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana, wide spreading foot pose. Head towards the floor. Hands can be experimental. You can widen your feet out if it feels nice. You're trying to get a light contact with the top of your head, if that's possible. Hands can draw back so they're in line with the feet. There's an outward spiraling of energy in the hands. Be where you are, let your spine lengthen. And in this pose, the bandhas help protect you from overstretching the backs of your legs. Try to build that subtle core awareness. Inhale to a halfway lift. Breathe out, take your waist. Then breathe in, come up again. Little back bend at the top. And exhale, relax. Turning toes outward. As far as it's comfortable, or you can still balance. And then bend your knees, coming down. Right down the center. Scoop your left elbow underneath your right and do a shoulder hug. Maybe send out a hug. Virtual hug. Stay with this variation if you want to, or come to that fingers towards the skyway. Building lots of awareness of that third eye center. Breathe out. Breathe in, come out with everything lengthening. And then back to the others, in for the other side. Find your wide squat and then right elbow underneath, shoulder hug. Stay or fingers together. Try to challenge the lowness in your legs. Breathing out again. The inhale energy helps us come up and out, everything release. And then exhale, hands down. Step your feet close enough together to come to top of mat. Partibodhanasana Intense side stretching pose, right leg straight back, hips forward. It's good to keep doing this one regularly. So thumbs roll back, arms reach back. As far as you can, reach them back. And that'll help you have space to come behind for the knuckle press or palm press. Keep that low to begin with, and over time, work your way up your back with your hands. And then to come into the pose, we breathe in, do a little back bend over the hands. And breathe out. Keep your elbows and chest lifted as you fold forward. The feet stay open. Weight goes back into the back leg as well as the front. One more deep wave of breath. Use inhale energy to stand. And just change to the back of your mat for the same pose so you can keep your arms in position. A moment to find your balance. Then breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, forward fold. Keep those elbows and heart in the same position. And then just notice where your weight, how it really tries to come in your front foot. So have weight going to the back foot as well. One more time. A little bit of resolve to stay steady. And then an inhale, press the feet, come up. Bring your hands down and away. And circle your wrists both ways a few times as you come out of the pose. Should be deep but positive. Step to a support wall or something if you would like. Deep dancer pose today. Shifting your weight into your right leg. Let your eyes find a steady point on the floor. And just bend your left knee. So we're trying to take your hands to the outside of your foot or ankle. And at first, want to just draw the heel towards the hip. Just letting the front of the leg lengthen. Just remember to just keep trying. Not giving up. So if you come down, just come back in. Especially if you need a little reset between this version and the second one. We'll do that if you need to. So we take that right arm forward to counter us as we lean forward. Press your foot into your hand and just create a little half bow. So determination to find stillness. Glimpses of stillness. And just one more time, move the breath. Come out slowly or quickly. Let be. Feel that energy. Shift to the other side, so we lift out of the standing leg hip a little bit. Spread that standing foot, bend your knee, reach back. Catch with one or both hands, draw heel towards the hip. One more breath makes 5. Reset if you need to. We're just releasing your left arm forward as that counterbalance. Torso bows, foot presses hand, create a little half bow. Two more breaths. Lots of finesse. And next time you breathe out, come on down. Make peace. Draw your feet together, hold your belly center for a moment. Close your eyes if you can. Just let your energy unravel. Shining the central channel with our awareness and breath. And storing as much prana and golden sunlight in ourselves as we can. Release and step back to the top third of your mat if you moved away. Virasana, right leg back. Starting with A, why not? Hips forward, knee bending. Shoulders down, arms up. Palms together. It's okay if your elbows bend. And then another, just like we did earlier, is a little chin lift. So long neck, lift chin, gaze down. If it feels comfortable to shift your eyes towards your thumbs, you may. Energize your pose. 2 more breaths. Really fill up your rib cage. And then release your hands, straighten your knee, turn to the back of your mat. Same pose. So your hips square to the front, bend your knee, arms up. Gently rest the hands together. Deeply breathe again. Shoulders are off the ears. And breathe out, hands down, transition to B. So the back toes turn out to the side, arms reach front and back. Turn your head, look off your right fingertips. Lightly gather your hands together. What was that, Aurora? Breathe out. That was Aurora. Come up and over to the other side, bend your knee. So it centers over the ankle, just circling back to the front of the mat. Everything is yoga jasana right now. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor on either side of your foot and go back with your leg. Let's do flex plank. We haven't done this one in a while, so from plank pose, flat, round your upper back like you're in cat's mind. Just deploys different muscles. Nice uplift in the belly. One more time. And then release to the floor. So hug in your elbows carefully. Come down. Lengthen through your legs. And take your arms overhead as well. Lift up your right arm and your left leg. Let your neck stay neutral and release. One more breath is 5. And release that side. So there's just an overall lengthening in the body here. Through the top of the head, through the arms and legs. Four. One more time. And relax, release. Pelvis presses into the floor. Let your feet widen out a little bit. Keep the legs active. And then slide your hands towards you until you get a little comfortable uplift in your spine. So if it's too much, the hands are further away. You can't see my hands, but seal pose. A little bit stimulating, back bend. Be present with it. One more breath. And release your elbows down. And press forward and down by your chest to come up. Back into a wide knees, child's pose. Let your forehead rest on your hands. Deep breath. Feel your energy calm down as you come to forward fold. Breathe out. Bring your hands to the floor and rise up. Threading needle pose. Your hips can go back down if you want, or they can be upright. And take the right hand palm up underneath the left arm. Come to that side of your skull. So just have your neck long and not crunched here. Feet together is helpful for balance. And then you can press into your left hand. Roll towards the back of your head a little bit if that feels okay. And some of you like to get more down with your legs towards your hips, and that's fine too. Find where it feels good for you today. It's a new perspective. Breathe out one more time. If you have your head really roll back so your head's back to the front again. You're on your head above your ear. Take your right leg straight back. Sorry, that's the left leg. Left leg straight back. Sweep it out to the side and ground it. And then come on up, release. And side bend over to gate pose. Feel that spaciousness across the low back. Breathe into that. One more time. When your inhale comes, rise up. Second side, so carefully down to your hands. Threading needle, second side, hips high or low. Palm faces up. Very mindful here as you come to the top of above your ear on your skull. Feet can rest together. It's okay to roll your head back. Press your hand into the floor. Try to release some tension. Find a place where it feels positive on this side. One more breath moving through. And then bring your head back to that neutral position. Now the right leg goes back and sweeps to the side. Ground your foot. Press your hands and rise up. Find your balance over to the side. Virasana, iron lat to the gate pose. Breathe into that strong lower back area. Once more. Then inhale to release. Sorry, just a little bit of thinking on my notes. Let's come to dolphin pose to finish our poses here. So just get your forearms down, lift up your hips, head down, 5 breaths. Actively press your forearms and hands. One more time, deeply breathe. Bring your knees down, untuck and draw back, just curling in, virasana. Release tension. Exhale. Rising up, tuck under your toes and sink back towards your heels. So hero pose with toes tucked. Take your head down and reach your arms up and back. Three. One more time. Use your hands to untuck your toes, cross your ankles, and come through to sit down. And let's experiment with a little fire lugs pose. So this is our easy pose, but extending so that our lower legs come out of the knees and try to be even with each other. So my legs do not stack like fire logs. So you want to find something that does no strain on the knees, stretches up the hips. Active feet. We'll do both sides. So just work with the side you're on, even if it's your easy pose where that's enough. And so you can add some forwardness if it feels okay. Keep those legs active and bright as you fold. Super mindful. So we renounce our attachments. Accept and relinquish your will. We act and renounce action at the same instant, matching the intensity of action with intensity of receptivity. And let an exhale, let us feel complete on the side. Coming on up. Let's let the legs come out of the pose and just relax for a moment. There's a lot of effort in keeping the feet really bright there. And then other side, I just want to have the other leg in front and on top. Possibly stacking your shin bones, if that doesn't create any problems. So we can work with more of an easy pose and just bring your feet further away from you. Right feet, possibly forward fold. Just a little hinge or more. Match the intensity of action with the intensity of receptivity. And just one more breath. Inhale, come upright, carefully release the legs, just let them come out in front, lean back into your hands, let them shake out and just soften. And then tuck your chin, round your spine, lower down carefully, and slide your heels in for bridge pose, finding the center of your skull. Feel the earth. Bring your arms by your sides and trying a little fancy bridge today. Coming up, press your feet. Lift up to the balls of your foot on the right foot and then lift your other leg up. Reach it up towards the sky. So tiptoe, one leg bridge. Use your arm for support. If you don't need them, reach them to the sky. If you can do without them. Fourth breath. And fifth breath. Arms down if they're lifted, and then put your foot above your other knee. A little bit longer. And one more inhale, energize, lift, release, whatever needs to come down first. Relax and do some windshield wipers. Slowly, each way a few times. Creating tension and then letting it release. Second side, one leg tiptoe bridge. So bring my feet in nice and close for a position of power. Lift up your hips. So the arms are a huge source of support and stability here as long as you need them. Lift the ball of your left foot. Lift up your other leg straight towards the sky. Maybe arms up to you. Be gentle with yourself. If it's something new, just try your best. Breathe out, bring your arms down, and then bend your knee. Rest your foot on your other leg. Keep lifting. It's really good for our brains to keep learning things. One more time, just try and bring yourself down. Spine, foot, legs, everything release. Turn out your toes this time for windshield wipers with toes out. Let your arms relax too, they were part of that effort. Just let your hips go to the other side one more time. And then let's come to two knees twist or yogi's choice resting twist. What's your favorite today? Nice and easy. Turn and look away. So you create the depth of the twisting action. Try to relax as much as you can now. And one more time, let a breath begin and end. Find your way over to your other side. Taking this initial part to do that refining just like we do in downward dog or any other pose. Make sure everything's set and then let yourself relax into the shape. Breath will slow down as you're supported here on the earth. And let it. Just one more time, a nice big slow circle from inhale to exhale. Feel that action in the rib cage, the lungs moving inside. And then releasing to your back. And a little bit of inversion time. So make sure you have your head and your spine aligned. Lift up your feet, legs towards the sky. This is always appropriate. You can support this pose with your hands. Just settle for those first few breaths. Have an option to come into kind of a combination of happy baby pose and lifting up the hips, although you could keep your hips down too. Staying especially mindful, keeping your head centered. Four, take one more breath like this, or where you are. And experiment with me with an upward facing cross-leg pose. So just try to hook your legs together, use your hands, hold your knees, try to straighten up your arms. I think this is easier when you have lotus pose, but just try to do a balance, cross legs, upward Padmasana. One more time, breathe. Carefully bring your spine and hips down and sit up into your easy pose, Padmasana, like you just did, but right side up now. And make sure that you're comfortable. Find gentle length to your spine. Use your hand if you'd like, or just use your brain. Breathe in from the right side. And breathe out to the left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Release your arms straight. Tuck your chin and breathe as slowly as you can several times. So it's like you're going in through a straw. You just want to take small amounts of breath. And when you start to feel full, tell yourself that it's okay to keep exploring fullness. Just float up into fullness. Float to your collarbones. Have breath under them. And then putting the brakes on the exhalation, letting the slowly, small amounts come out at a time. Try to override any fear. Just let yourself continue a little bit longer with your exhale than you think you can. You might swallow at some point. Try that twice more on your own. Just go exploring. Be very soft with it. Last one. When that is complete, lift up your chin. Return to your intention so that it's in your heart as you take our resting pose. Lie back. I'm going to stay up today. The sun is very bright on me now that the time has changed. So lie back and rest. So it's really important to let your whole body release. Let the breathing practices bring you into a state of quietness. If you'd like to spend some of your time here with your feet together and your knees apart in Supta Baddha Konasana, feel free. Consciousness settles as one radiates friendliness, compassion, delight, and equanimity toward all things. Release any need of doing anything. And just a gentle asking for your body to be soft and still. Sarve Shaam Swasti Bhavatu. Sarve Sham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarve Sham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarve Sham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha. Sarve Shantu Niramayaha. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschit Sukha Bhagavat. May good befall all. May there be peace for all. May all be fit for perfection, and may all experience that which is auspicious. May all be happy. May all be healthy. May all experience what is good and let no one suffer. If you've had your feet together and your knees apart, let your legs slide out to straight and just relax out to the sides. Notice the softness in your hands, your face. Shine some gratitude to yourself for just the efforts that you made to practice today in all these different ways. The strength and the stillness. Let your brain and breath be together. And being soft just one more time with the breath going out. Starting with a release in your throat with a swallow. It seems so slow when you release from Shavasana and you swallow. And then let the rest of your body release stillness, and you can customize this. What is calling to you? What's going to help you transition? Take a little time with that transition. Returning to your seat when you are ready. And let's come back into our resting forward, quiet mind space, which you may fill. You create an emptiness and then fill it with something. Include some gratitude for something, or general gratitude. Sit up tall, breathing in. Thank you, my friends. Namaste. Teaching peace generates peace. I appreciate all of you. This opportunity to practice together.
Thank you, Blossom.